Between 1971 and 1976, R&B guitarist O'Donel Levy released 6 albums on Groove Merchant, and from the last of those, the 1976 release Windows, the track Panama Red. Here is thin little tone so far amidst those cymbal spread, that really thick cymbal onslaught that's framing the rhythmic structure. Love those electric pianos, the way they mesh with the guitars. Every time I start this up, something bursts out. Like now we have like the horns and just the full-on sound. G minor. Some very unique chromatic progressions there. I'm having a hard time identifying the chords specifically because there's some mixed notes in there. Listen to that arp, that piercing tone. It's so just from that one of a kind time frame. I'm already picturing the Super 8 footage. These chords, like each instrument that interjects adds an odd note against the tonic that stretches the tonality out somewhat. It's like we're not getting any pure like chords of like 1-4-5 constructs. We're getting, because every time something like plays into the arrangement, there's an added like 6th or a 7th or a 3rd. Like that's so far I've had a hard time deciphering anything other than that G minor, that. For every like definitive melody that we get, like that, what that arp is playing, there will be these little interjections. Like one instrument will come do a little fill here, another instrument will come do a little fill there. But they know their they know the range in which they can move around within because they're very much obeying like the rhythmic structure. But they just know how to fill. It's just it's an amazing form of airplay where it's loose, it's open to just kind of free movement, yet they within certain boundaries. It's very much a different method of song construction than what you would get like in pop rock where every note has to be planned in advance. This is like right sort of in between like composition and improvisation. I mean, because some of these parts I don't think are specifically written out in advance. Like the little fills that the guitar does, you know, the little fills that the horns do. I think I get the feeling like that, like there's a bit of free movement enough. They just know they know the key centers. They know what like the scales. They know where they can. It's it's the perfect balance between structured and free. Who are we hearing on this album? We are hearing, oh well, percussion by Jimmy Maelen, who released, yeah, a really good solo album in 1980. And we are hearing bass work from Gary Grainger. 61 credits on Discogs. Really able bassist. Oh, he was in Pockets. Yeah, and oh, he played on the Emotions Sunbeam album from 1978. That part right there would be perfect for a theme song to like a cop show or any given number of series. In fact, in some ways it reminds me of music that is heard in the series The Sensational 70s, the Canadian year by year documentary series hosted by Peter Jennings. I'm thinking the opening theme, not the closing theme. Notice how the bass is really prominent, but the guitars are just subtle. You gotta listen for them, but they're just kind of like wiggling in there around the bass. We got Randy Brecker on here on trumpet, and Louis Soloff, Jimmy Wilson, trombone, Barry Rogers. Let's see, saxophone, David E. Smith. So I don't recognize all the names, but Randy. I knew there had to be one of the Brecker brothers on here. That's one thing that deserved a shout out. Yeah, O'Donel Levy has a really good synergy here with Gary Grainger. The way their interplay is quite it's subtle yet it's highly involved. Now hear that. Now he's slowly emerged. His virtuosity has come through more just slowly. It was subtle at first, and now he's really taking more of the center stage. Those horns are so like refined and yet effective. I mean, they know you don't they don't overtake at any moment or barely, but they when they do cut in, it's just it's just such a choice interjections of that lend fullness momentarily, but at the same time, the bass and guitar just carry and that persistent rhythmic component are just so like involved that the arrangements are sparse, yet they are meticulous. Now there's some sounds that I like, that the effects. Hear those psychedelic echoey tones. We're in D minor here. Here I'm just going way, way, way up the fretboard. And the horns are rising up a little bit more. They're coming in more frequently and just bringing the whole structure, like the density level up. Now back to the song proper. Yeah, that has theme written all over it, I swear. It could have been, yeah, a cop show, or it could have been some, space documentary, some sci-fi, some paranormal documentary from the 70s. That whizzy sound that carries it out to the end. That was O'Donel Levy with Panama Red from his 1976 Groove Merchant release, Windows. For more rubies and sapphires from O'Donel Levy and other jazz funk artists of the 70s, see the directory of albums by American jazz funk artists, linked in the description below. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and hit the bell to know when the next video is coming out. And leave a comment on any observations you may have had that you would like to add to this, and points of interest that stood out to you. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear travel trimaximalist, signing off.